we finally have our hands on the Realme 14 5G, and this phone is primarily targeted at mobile gamers. That's why we're very excited to see how well it performs. But before anything else, let's quickly go through the technical specifications. You can see that it runs on the Snapdragon 6 Gen 4 chipset. We are packing 12 gigabytes of memory and 256 gigabytes of internal storage. It runs on Realme UI version 6.0, which is based on Android 15. Looking closely, we have a 6.67-inch display with that notch and a slightly thicker chin. Looking at our memory and storage, we are using LPDDR4X memory modules as well as the UFS file system. Now, there are several features that Realme added into the Realme 14 that will enhance your gaming experience, and these are features that I haven't seen in its predecessors. First, let us just make sure that we're running on high refresh rate. As you can see, we can go all the way to 120 Hz if your game supports it, but I would like to go to battery and make sure that GT mode is turned on. So I just turn it off. We're going to turn it on again. Nice little animation. And this makes sure that you get the best performance, high frame rate, and high resolution that is supported by your game and as much as the system can handle. Then the next thing that you would want to do if you are plugged in is to go to battery health. Make sure that charging limit is enabled. Now, one really good feature for gaming that's new to the Realme 14 5G that we haven't seen in its predecessors is the bypass charging feature. It's not available as a system level option. I hope they come up with a patch to make it more visible, but in order to access that, you have to go to featured, select the games application. Then from here, you have to make sure that Game Toolkit is enabled. Next, you want to make sure that your game is in the list so that you will get access to that in-game menu. And now if it's not listed, go to Manage My Games and toggle the button to make sure that you will be able to swipe from the left. So we'll launch Genshin Impact. Very nice animation to confirm that we are running on the GT mode, which is the best performance. Then from here, you can locate the bypass charging feature, and it's this nice little icon right here, bypass charging. So if you're charging your phone, it will make sure that it is powering the phone directly and it's bypassing the battery. It's not going to charge your battery, but at the same time, it's going to prolong your battery life. Now, if you'll notice, there's a breathing light effect option over here, and this is another cool feature that only comes with the Realme 14. If you look here at the back, right beside where the cameras are, you have this circle LED that can light up depending on how you're using the phone. There you go. Check that out. Now from here, you will get access to a bunch of other cool features and gaming enhancement that will surely elevate your overall gaming experience. But what I like to do is to enable system status, and this will allow us to monitor the frame rate, GPU, and CPU in real time. Then from here, you can also launch your favorite apps like YouTube in a mini window. You can drag it and resize it. So in case you want to watch like a tutorial or a walkthrough or a review video like what you're watching right now, you can just simply tap on that icon and it will launch it. And if it's not there, make sure to go to apps and just simply tap on the add button to include that. Now, once that's done, you can tap on the icon and it will launch in a mini window. We are now in Genshin Impact. Let's start by tweaking our graphics. We'll set it to highest. Visual effects also on high. Frame rate on 60 FPS. Let's give it a moment to load. And right now, as we're running through the open field, we're doing 40 FPS. It dips down to 38 FPS from time to time. And currently the volume is set to 50%. We're gonna pump it all the way to 100%. You also get a ultra boost mode, which will bring the volume level to 300%. Very useful in noisy situations, noisy backgrounds. We are now going to try to see if this game can hit 60 FPS. So to do that, we're gonna go lowest. Give it a moment to load. All right, 59 FPS. Wow. Very, very smooth performance on lowest graphics. Now it's up to you if you value eye candy more than smoothness. Then perhaps you wanna try to tweak your graphics and play somewhere in between medium and high. But if you want better visuals, then definitely the Realme 14 Pro, the Realme 14 5G can handle 40 FPS on the highest graphic settings with Genshin Impact. Alright, our next game is Mobile Legends. Let's quickly verify our graphics. We're running ultra. For frame rates, we're hitting 120 FPS. So that's the limit for the display. 120 Hertz display on the Realme 14 5G. Alright, we're seeing very consistent performance in Mobile Legends. It hasn't really dropped below 110 FPS. And that's what we want from a gaming-oriented smartphone. One of the features that we get asked about a lot in our community is voice changer, and we're happy to show you that Realme 14 5G comes with that feature. Just tap on this, and there are different voices for you to choose from. Now, before you do this, you want to make sure to set your voice type and select either high if you're female and deep if you're male. And you can also enable voice feedback, which lets you hear your voice in real time. And we'd like to add that this is dependent on the games. For example, the voice changer is supported on Mobile Legends, but if you go to Genshin Impact, you will not have that option. Let me show you that real quick. So there, if you look at the voice changer button, it is grayed out. And when you try to use it, you'll get an error message that this game does not support voice changer. So back to Mobile Legends, we're gonna try to demonstrate the voice changer right now. This is Smooth Operator.
It's Smooth Operator.
Do I sound like a kid?
Again,
Hello, Earthly. What do I sound like as an elf? Hello.
interesting. I'm supposed to sound like a square jaw.
Testing the kid voice changer profile.
This is now the woman voice changer.
Now over to the girl profile.
This is the giant profile.
I'm supposed to sound like Electro, whatever that is. Now I'm using the elegant lady voice profile.
This now is the night voice changer option. Not least the Robocop voice profile.
We now move to PUBG Mobile. First, let's review graphics. Alright, so as you can see, we are running Ultra HDR. Extreme is locked, but frame rate goes all the way to Ultra. Then for controls, gyroscope is supported. It's already set to always on. Now, as we're jumping, let's look at the responsiveness of the gyro. I forgot to enable system status. There it is. Right now we're doing 40 FPS. Let's increase the volume. And as we're running through the field, Seems that the game is stable at 40 FPS. So far, very good performance from the realme 14 5G. With frame rate staying very consistent.
I need consumables.
At 40 FPS, I feel like it can go even higher if the higher frame rate options were unlocked. Alright, for our last game, it's CarX Street. Let's tweak the graphics. Slide it all the way to the right. Frame rate no limit. Smoke intensity high. Wow, look at that. Wow. Impressive performance with the graphics all the way to max. And this is one of the more challenging games to drive on a mobile phone, and we're doing 30 FPS, so I'm really impressed. Alright, I'm gonna switch things up and drag our sliders all the way to the left so we can have like a baseline of the best possible performance out of this phone. So now it's all the way to the lowest graphics. And with that, we're doing 40, 41, and now we're doing even higher, 45 FPS. Wow. But since I really love the graphics on this game, I'd say that you can tweak it and try to observe the best balance of visuals and frame rate. I mean, I'm okay with the game running on the highest setting, doing 30 FPS. It's very playable for me. Wow. This phone is very impressive. Alright, time for some thermals. As I'm scanning the display, we're doing around 44 degrees. I don't think it's gonna cross to 45. Yeah, 44.7 degrees. It's slightly warm, but not as hot as other phones. So I'm scanning the rear panel, trying to find hotspots. Looks like we're hitting 44. So this is actually very good thermal control. I'd say better than most. And from here, you can observe and appreciate the nice looking back panel. This is like a Mecha silver design. You have the nice dash of color over here, then the etchings that give it a different and very industrialized gamer-ish look. Before we end this video, here are a few benchmarks. In Passmark, we managed to hit 9,634 points. Look at that read and write speeds, 470 megabytes per second read and 463 megabytes write. Very decent. Over to AnTuTu, we managed to reach 746,835 points. Then if you look at the temperature delta, it only rose by around 3 degrees from 39 degrees to 42 degrees. So very good thermal control. And in PC Mark, we managed to hit 13,887 points. Over to battery life, this is probably one of the most impressive phones that we've seen this year so far. This phone packs a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, 45 watts charging, and as you can see, we hit almost 18 hours with the phone running on Wi-Fi and the display calibrated to our standard of 200 candela per square meter. Now, we repeated this several times and we never dipped below 17 hours. Here we did 17 hours and 35 minutes. And in our third test, we did 17 hours and 26 minutes. So an average of around 17 and a half hours for the Realme 14 5G. Very impressive. Here is our thermal throttling test. As you can see, performance dropped by 25% over a 10-minute period with temperatures going as high as 60 degrees. And for something that is marketed as a gaming phone, I think that it certainly meets our expectations. But what do you guys think? Do you think that this would be a viable gaming phone? This will be available starting today in the Philippines, and it will be priced for around 17,000 pesos. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section. And for more videos like this, head over to YouTube, subscribe to us in Tech Kuya, and we'll see you guys there. Bye.